Good morning, everyone. Virgo Triad here. It is June 5th, 2018. Happy Tuesday to everyone, and I hope everyone's having a good week so far. About a week ago, you guys will probably remember that I did a expose on a product by the name of Fasciablaster. At that point, we were looking at the class action lawsuit due to the injuries that the Fasciablaster was creating, in addition to it having a very high BPA level that was creating estrogen level upsets in females and a bunch of other medical problems. Since then, however, many other people have come forward. There have been lots of other Facebook pages that have been started in order to draw awareness to this, and a second class action lawsuit has been brought forth on the Fasciablaster and Ashley Black Guru that has released this product. I want to go into a little bit more detail, as it turns out that there are some things that I've been forwarded that make this product a little more nefarious than we originally thought that it was. Now, we originally knew that the original class action lawsuit had several women in it that were very upset at what was creating terrible bruising and other medical problems, including the BPA level, which is said to be 40%. And that, of course, that plastic can create, the chemicals in that plastic can create some pretty serious upset in estrogen levels and so on and so forth. So what you will probably remember actually is this picture right here. And in this picture, you see the massive amount of bruising that is created by the Fasciablaster. But that's not all. That's not all that is the problem. As you might remember from my previous video, there have been scenarios of stroke. There have been scenarios of blood clots. There have been scenarios of tissue death, and all kinds of really terrible things that are going on with this product. So I wanted to make sure that I updated you on the fact that there has now been a second Fasciablaster class action lawsuit that alleges terrible bruising and other injuries. So now we're on class action number 2. I'm going to link topclassactions.com article here into the below the video, into the description, so that you guys can read this for yourself. But I also want to take a look at a few things that were forwarded to me in my email over the last week by people who have used the Fasciablaster, or people that have been internally a part of the Fasciablaster, that or Fasciablaster rather, that have decided to come forward and start letting people know, or at least have let me know to let people know, that there are a few things about the actual Ashley Black herself that are just really shocking with regards to how she's handling these complaints and attempting to try to shut people up. So I'm going to take you over here to take a look at a couple of the things that were forwarded to me privately. Okay, so I have been informed that the party that actually forwarded this is a really aggressive male that apparently is not happy about a lot of the customer complaints that are going on the Facebook groups and that are coming into the company itself. Now, my understanding of this, and I believe I have this right, is that they are calling the groups that are trying to actually put forth the awareness to others of the damage that's happening from a medical standpoint, and the medical issues that are coming up that have, by the way, they have been verified by actual physicians. That has been confirmed by myself. It has also been confirmed by the attorneys that have taken on the class action lawsuits, and it has been confirmed by numerous other parties that have come out with articles against this product. So there truly is real serious medical issues that are going on with regards to this. However, this person calls those groups hate groups. It's not a matter of them attempting to try to get some information in, hey, are you aware that this actually can happen to people? Are you familiar with the BPA levels and how serious those can affect women because of the chemicals that are in the plastic itself, doing damage from the standpoint of estrogen levels, that has been confirmed by obstetricians, so on and so forth. It's not just a matter of, hey, I'm asking questions or I'm filing a complaint and I need to let others know so that they don't get hurt. Apparently, according to the company, these are what are called hate groups. So I'm going to go ahead and read to you a couple of these messages that have been forwarded on. One says, "Valued Fasciablaster sisters. The Fasciablaster has been making waves because of its impact on patient outcomes, and suppressive efforts have begun. The Fasciablaster has attracted professional trollers, and it is my job as the owner of Black Rhino Security to make you aware so you can block these individuals before they write bad reviews. The trollers did this to Miss Black's page before we were aware that they were false claims and fake profiles. Below is a list of identified subjects. Please block these individuals from your business page. If you have already been a victim, email special vases at sshiley.blackguru.com for assistance from her legal team as well to get positive reviews to balance these fake ones. There was a post made in a hate group that was their plan, so please act swiftly." Now, I find this really disgusting because we now have someone who is actually listing out profiles of people who have made complaints. And granted, some of them may be angry enough to come up with a fake profile and make a secondary claim. But not all of these parties are fake, and not all of the complaints are fake either. As a matter of fact, it appears after I've looked into it that the majority of the actual complaints that have been that the company has been accused of are in fact real. I'm going to go ahead and continue to show you this list and how long it is with the number of profiles that are on it. These are Facebook profiles in reality, and as I have said, the majority are not fake profiles. Here is page number 2. Now, when I first saw this, I thought, okay, so this is just the start of someone actually attempting to try to, a lot of companies, many companies, most companies have some form of trolls that don't particularly care for them. Could be a family member, could be an ex-husband, could be anybody attempting to, push away or push back on a party that they are upset with. When someone becomes successful out of nowhere, quite often that sort of thing will happen. The problem here is that we have this backed up, these claims backed up by medical physicians, by many, many, many clients with 2 class action lawsuits, verifiable information on all of the medical injuries, and in addition to that, now we have information that absolutely 100% suggests that just like with the Jilly Juice scenario, Ashley Black is attempting to try to stop any negative review, honest or not, from being put forth in the actual community so that people can make an informed decision on whether or not they think they should use the product. Here we have a post by Ashley Black that actually is responding to one of her customers by the name of Charlene. Now, Charlene posted something to Ashley with regards to her actual liver enzymes being increased due to the Fasciablaster. And Charlene posted that on a Facebook post. Ashley Black actually sent her a private message that suggests that the preliminary studies didn't suggest that there was any kind of an increase in liver enzymes, and so therefore she wasn't going to let the post go through. As a matter of fact, it states, "Hi, Charlene, I saw your pending post and wanted to address it here. In our preliminary studies, we found no increase in liver enzymes and liver was not overtaxed. I will not approve your post because it indicates otherwise. We're excited to release the research and findings soon, so stay tuned." And at that point, it had not been released, but I have gotten a copy of the FDA's release on this product, and man, it is just really disturbing the number of complaints of medical issues that were confirmed by physicians that Ashley Black's company did not bother to attempt at all to try to address within their product. There are pages and pages of them that the investigator has said there is little to no evidence of an attempt to try to see whether or not these medical problems were actually something that needed to be addressed in the product Fasciablaster. It's amazing to me, amazing to me. We'll get to that report in just a minute, but before we do, I want to make a statement here. You can tell, as somebody who actually owns, a YouTube channel, you can tell the difference between someone who is cursing and calling you names and making threats to you that are just unfounded and things that will upset your entire audience. And those things, yes, there's a necessity to remove those. But when you've got a negative comment, just because it is against something that you say or something that you produce, such as in this case, and there is a possibility of validity to it, or there are questions within it, and it's not something that is threatening, and it's not something where there's a lot of cursing involved, those things need to go through. People need to be aware of other people's findings and problems, especially in a scenario where you're dealing with health. And in this case, I find Ashley to be guilty of attempting to try to change the opinions of or to block those that are actually attempting to try to get the information out to others so that they don't face the same health problems. It is disturbing and it is disgusting. And so let me take you further into the report that I'm talking about. What you're looking at here is the Department of Health and Human Services Food and Drug Administration, which is the FDA, of course, that has gone in from Dallas and into the actual plant and has attempted to try to investigate and observe what the company has done with a lot of the complaints that have come in. And there's a lot more to this report. If you are a customer and you are part of the class action lawsuit, you should have access to this. If you don't and you would like a copy of it, please email me, virgotriad@protonmail.com. The investigator is Jocelyn C. Turner here, and she goes through and explains the alleged complaints and explains the different things all the way from strokes through cellulite, tissue death, all kinds of bruising complaints and other things. But what you will see over and over and over again in this report is this statement: I found no evidence that an attempt was made to determine the relationship, if any, of the device to the reported incident or adverse event to evaluate if it was MDR reportable. I mean, over and over again, I found no evidence to an attempt that was made to determine. This is talking about bacterial rashes and hospital visits, talking about having a stroke. And they're just pages and pages and pages like that. I'm not going to go through the entire thing. For those of you that have already had issues with the Fasciablaster, you're going to be aware of this actual report. Regardless, There are many, many pages to the FDA report. There are two separate reports that I have been forwarded, one that is 25 pages or more, and a secondary one that is 5 pages. There is more information that's on its way, and I will keep everybody updated with it. But for now, I want everyone to be aware that it is not looking good for Miss Ashley Black Guru. It does appear that she has tried to block people from putting actual reviews up over and over again. There are two very large Facebook groups of people that are attempting to get information out. One is over 7,500 people. The other is over 3,500. And I want you to take, I'm going to close this out here, but I want you to take a look at one other thing. Okay, all I did here was just a Google search. And this is on Fasciablaster negative effects via Facebook. Now, this is only Facebook that I was requesting the information on, not just the Fasciablaster negative effects in general. I can't even imagine what would come up there. But there are 11,400 results, and just look. Fasciablaster exposed. The real story, Fasciablaster scam and fraud. Fasciablaster exposed. Fasciablaster cellulite women say product injured them. And it just goes on and on and on and on. And there are over 11,000 of these just having to do with Facebook. There are, I'm sure, many, many more that are articles that we saw in the first video, plus a bunch more. We now have this particular page, which I will go ahead and link in the description, stating that there is now a second class action lawsuit of injuries. Guys, again, this channel deals with exposing fraud and scams, things that could potentially harm you or rip you off, and that's what this channel is dedicated to. This is a perfect example, as is Jilly Juice, of there being things that are really that really have the potential for damaging you and could potentially cause things like strokes and blood clots. And as we're seeing here, more and more of these products are coming out. It is really important that you investigate everything before purchasing it and trying it. It's sad that it's turning into this, but the majority of these gurus, so to speak, are not people that are licensed or educated well enough to be making these products for you to use or drink for medical cures, okay? You've got to be more vigilant in checking out these things, because it is very, very scary. The concept of being a healthy 33-year-old woman that is trying to, have a baby, and then you get this product and you start rubbing it on yourself, and it turns out that now you're infertile. I mean, these are the kinds of things that are happening. It's very sad, it's very disturbing, and I just beg of you guys to really take a closer look at what it is that you're investing your funds and your health into. All right, you guys, I will bring you more as more comes up. For those of you that have information that you want to provide on the Fasciablaster or anything else that the Virgo Triad channel deals with, you're welcome to email me, virgotriad@protonmail.com. In addition, if you are looking for information that pertains to the class action lawsuit, you can also email me and I will forward you any information that I have. All right, everyone, have a great day. Bye-bye.